Hey, hey, welcome back, guys. All right, so let's jump on into this. Virgos, let's take a look at the month of November. We have Chariot, we have a Three of Wands, we have a King of Swords, we have a Page of Cups. Oh, Virgo, someone's coming toward Virgo, and it looks like it's a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. This looks like it could be somewhere pretty early on in the month, too. I don't know that this person's going to be in the best of condition. You know, so they're sitting in a wheelchair. That could just indicate this is somebody who's like has been very heavily burdened by life for a period of time, and they are at a point though where they're very certain about one thing, which is, I don't know, are they going to drive or fly to get to Virgo? This is something that Virgo may be like, just get here, darling, just get here. They have a lot to communicate to Virgo. This seems to be somebody who does have a streak of arrogance to them, but at the same time, they're bringing Virgo flowers, but I think that they are bringing some kind of an apology as well. They're not too arrogant for that. This is somebody who might be holding themselves highly accountable for whatever it is that's happened in the past. This is definitely somebody from a distance from Virgo that is coming toward Virgo. It doesn't have to be a lover. It could be almost anyone. Queen of Cups, though, with the Nine of Wands sideways. It's somebody that Virgo may first talk to quite a bit on the phone for, until they actually either take that flight or drive to see Virgo. Maybe both need to happen in order for them to get to Virgo. Feels like there's a lot of love, a lot of warmth. But first I see like long telephone conversations with this person before they actually come toward Virgo. Those telephone conversations are already going to, like, I think set the tone for like healing, right? Because this Nine of Wands would be the healing energy of like, okay, I was wounded. I'm seeing things in a different way. And I think that the conversations that happened beforehand allow Virgo to gain some insight into what had happened between themselves and this King of Swords. One more comment or one more card here. And Knight of Swords to the Eight of Wands. And then it's like, you need to be here. We can't just talk on the phone anymore. You need to be here. And I think it's a little bit along the lines of, you need to just leave where you're at and just come here and intend to stay. I know, big message here. I mean, massive change if Virgo is basically telling somebody, just pack what you need and come here. That song, I love Rainbow Can Surprise. There's a great song called Code Blue. So if you're lost, babe, stay where I can hear you. Stranger in the mirror. Something about don't even grab your coat. It's basically like, I'll come get you, code blue. Just don't even worry about it. I'm going to come get you. Or in this case, it's like, just get here. Okay. I think this is Virgo telling this person, fly, just fly to me. I'll see you at the airport. I'll meet you on the other end. That's what this looks like. We have flying here in both cases. King of Swords. What do you want with Virgo? That feels wrong. Let me get this. What do you want with Virgo, King of Swords? We see you bringing flowers. Even if you got to bring them on the plane, we see you bringing flowers. Three of Wands, Eight of Swords. They want a future. They're actually afraid to ask for it. It does feel like this is going to be Virgo who actually makes the invitation to this person. They're afraid to ask for a future with Virgo. It's like they feel like they don't have any ability to ask. They also feel like they don't have much to offer. So that's the other thing. They're like, my circumstances are not good. Like, what am I don't think that they're hoping for charity from Virgo at all. It's just that when they think about what do I have to offer, I only have to offer like this apology. Why do you need to make this apology to Virgo? What is it that you're saying that you're sorry about? Six of Swords sideways, Nine of Cups upright. I feel like they either allowed there to be like a big fray between themselves and Virgo, and maybe they allowed Virgo to think that they were just back there living the high life. This person's been like in hiding for a long time. This is not this card belies what it should mean. Normally a 9 of Cups is somebody out there, getting their jollies on. This is somebody who's tucked themselves away in a freaking cave. And I almost feel like they had this inability, even though they've wanted so much for so long to interact with Virgo. They didn't. I don't know if this person had like a ton of stress. I mean, obviously they don't seem to be doing that great. We see them having dealt with loss after loss. We do not see them having a good time, but they hadn't told Virgo at all about the real circumstances here. They didn't give closure. They didn't end things with Virgo. They didn't tell Virgo what the full storyline was. They allowed Virgo to believe that they were happily ever aftering elsewhere. None of that could be further from the truth. This is a person who really, and the King of Swords sometimes has a lot of trouble conveying what they need to. We just did a deep dive on the King of Swords because he kept coming up. That character keeps coming up. And so we did like a deep dive where it was a huge 3-parter on just the King of Swords. I'll make sure that video, the first in the series, pops up, and if you want to watch that, you can. The whole story was the King of Swords awakening. That's what the gist of it was. And I almost feel like this fits in. So if this person shows back up in Virgo's life in November, it looks like it is because nothing is what it seemed. Look, in their eyes, Virgo is a Queen of Wands. In their eyes, Virgo is this incredible, gorgeous, ornate, intricate, intelligent, like kind of bodacious, goes out into the world and creates things kind of personality. I think that this individual has been wowed by Virgo always, and I don't think they ever told Virgo any of that. That's the other thing that they're sorry for. This is not about somebody like being oh so sad, broken, and now Virgo's going to go scoop them up and rescue them. I think that this is more along the lines of there was great respect, love, passion, desire, all these things here. And this is a storyline that never was able to blossom. And it's not as if a bunch of things have changed. In fact, I don't know that anything has changed in this King of Swords life. I almost think that the changes that will improve his life are going to happen once he joins his energy with Virgo. Almost like that's always been the sorry, my pup is letting us know that it's very important that this King of Swords takes action. And sure enough, we have the King of Swords along with the High Priestess. This is also the same message, right? Here's the King of Swords again. And I think he's deep down known. If I didn't quit wandering, if I didn't just come home to Virgo, I was never going to get this grounded energy. I was going to stay in some dark, repetitious cycle. I feel like he has not been happy, but it's like he thought he had to first get things in his life worked out to be with Virgo, when I think deep down he's known all along, my life doesn't get better until I'm with Virgo. This is, trying to stay away from the very thing that will make you more successful. Saying, but I have to be successful before I can have that thing. That's not going to work. That's, cart before the horse kind of mentality. It doesn't work. You have to quit wandering and looking for something to make you successful when the Virgo is your oasis in the desert. Virgo is the place where then you're going to blossom. I think no matter how long they've been away from Virgo, nothing has changed in their life, because the whole point was they were supposed to have joined forces with Virgo and then everything would develop. Will Virgo get a bonus as well out of being connected with this person? I think that these two are both very intuitive. I think the only reason Virgo is like welcoming this person back in is because there is obviously these two are going to be better together. We have the Hanged Man there, Piscean energy, and that's on the heels of some other real strong Pisces, Virgo, Cancer energy off of that High Priestess. Ace of Swords. It will undoubtedly shape Virgo's life. This King of Swords being back in Virgo's world is undoubtedly going to, Knight of Cups, it's going to alter something. The Hanged Man is, sometimes it's about things that have been delayed. Sometimes it's about things that we have to see from a different perspective. This is about getting tremendous clarity. This is also about cutting out other things in life and going in a more confident, like like the ice is melting. There's love showing up. I'm wondering if Virgo is going to blossom in another way. Virgo obviously has a lot of love for this person with that Queen of Wands and Queen of Cups being there. Seven of Coins. It's almost like this has always been kept in the freezer. There's all this energy of something's been held for Virgo, waited. Something's been put in ice. Again, with the Seven of Coins, this passage of time, and we have Virgo like being awakened and a new flower blossoming. I almost feel like something in Virgo is going to blossom as well. Like my question was, does Virgo get some kind of bonus, some kind of like, if this King of Swords, his life has stayed in this weird plateau, he didn't have the growth that he wanted to, so then he could return to Virgo. Instead, it's like, I'm realizing I'm never going to have any huge change in my life. I plateau out. I can't seem to earn more money. I can't seem to get, some huge confidence going because it's always a plateau. Because in truth, he's realized Virgo was my oasis in the desert. That's where I would blossom. Well, the same seems to be rather true for Virgo. I don't think that this Virgo had certain things. It doesn't mean Virgo's life isn't good. It doesn't mean that there's not tons, of wonderful things, but it does feel as if there is this dormant thing in Virgo's world that will be blossoming as well when this person comes back into it, when this King of Swords comes back in. Maybe it's love. Maybe it's some other like level of contentedness. Maybe Virgo sure seems to be, I don't know. I'm just going to say this is a love that is not like others. Virgo loves this person dearly, and this person loves Virgo dearly. These two, I think, are what they add into each other's worlds will be warmth, will be the kind of warmth. It does seem like Virgo's had kind of a colder chapter of their life, and we've got a King and a Queen of Wands. This is two people like really attracted to each other. This is two people who really want to be together. Look, I know this is a very specific November message. Virgos, I will probably do a very different November message only because this is so hyper-focused on this one story. I do want to take a look at, in general, what is the vibe for the month of November. Smell the roses, slow down, take some time, get out in nature. Roses also talk about romance. It could be a very, very romantic month for Virgo. Let me go ahead and say this. What is a challenge for this particular Virgo? This is going to be the specific Virgo message, okay? Like I said, I'm going to do a different one that maybe is not connected, or it won't be intended to be connected to such a specific story. But a challenge is the Ace of Coins. A challenge is brand new beginnings, which this fits very nicely with this, right? This person seems to be moving into Virgo's world. Like this is somebody who straight up is moving in with Virgo. We have a Knight of Swords. It is sideways. It's about expecting everything to click so perfectly. Look, let me give an example. I moved at the beginning of October, right? I am still arranging my house. I'm functional. My house kind of looks nice, but I still have pictures not hung up. I still have things like not arranged. There's still stuff I don't know where it is in boxes yet. There's a lot of unpacking. Imagine that this is a big topic. This is Virgo coming back into a relationship and actually having somebody come into their world. In this storyline, I'm reading it in a very strong one direction because that's what we got. We have a King of Swords coming to Virgo's world, come into Virgo's house. Virgo says, fly here, come to me, just join me here. It does not look like Virgo is going to them. It looks like they are coming to Virgo. And I think that's it. I think that these two stay together. But expecting that this newness is going to be just like oh so perfect instantly. That will be the challenge because there could be too many expectations that this is the new beginning and everything will work out perfect, perfect, perfect. Probably not. There will still be, like things to sort out. Um, Particularly if somebody is like moving to be with Virgo, and this would be somebody from Virgo's past, obviously, where Virgo and this person are just simply going to throw their lot in together and be together now. There could be all kinds of things that have to be still dealt with. They could have some tough conversations about the past that could come up. We got a Ten of Swords in the reverse. I definitely feel starting new and forgetting everything that happened in the past, even though we have this elation, like we're going to be together. I mean, that's what the month of November says, and it's amazing. And at the same time, even with that elation and even with the excitement of we're doing this, there's still going to be some tough conversations, maybe about like what took so long, how come we didn't do this before, why do we have to spend so much time apart, why couldn't things have just been this choice couldn't have been made before. the, Look, I think ultimately the difficult conversations are going to bring these two closer together with the Two of Cups. That's what it boils down to. And I think that the fundamental message here is we had a King of Swords who didn't want to be with Virgo unless they were more confident, or they had other things in their life, or they had more money, or they had whatever their benchmark was that they set for themselves. The thing is, like I said before, they needed to come to the oasis. They'll blossom, their whole life will blossom. So too will Virgos blossom in a new way when these two are together, because they're actually better together. Trying to stay apart and then develop and then come back together wasn't ever going to work for these two. They'll go further in life when they join forces. Both of them will have more satisfaction, more fulfillment, and more doors that open for them when they join forces. And that was the biggest struggle. But I think that they're going to get to the bottom of that pretty swiftly, because this time they're taking time. They're already like connecting. They're staying in the same location. There's a lot to do with roses, and roses, flowering, blossoming, blooming. We saw that here. We have blue roses here. We have them bringing red roses to Virgo. We had the smell the roses. This is a month all about romance. That's what we see straight up for this particular story. All right, Virgos, that if this is something you don't want to listen to, this is not the message that you would prefer to hear for sorry, but this is the storyline, one of the stories that we've got. And of course, all of our fictional characters could have many different stories, but this is the one that came out first and foremost. I'm going to release this video and just like let everybody know not everyone will want to listen to this one. That's totally fine. I will do one that's much more general. Okay. This is a highly specific one. It's what we got. I don't control the cards. So thank you guys for hanging out. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. And then, like I said, if you prefer to hear a much more generalized one, I'll do that as well, just because this was unexpectedly very specific. Thank you guys so much for being here. Really appreciate you, Virgos. Take care. Bye.